So, sir has already explained it to you how to use the remote services, right? Now, through remote services, you will come to the IP of the university, right? And in the IP, you have seen that the e-books second option was us, EBC reader, right? So through remote access, you have to come to the IP of the college, and from the IP of the college, you have to click onto the EBC reader, and you will come to this page, right? Okay. Before I go ahead from here, a small brief about the EBC and the EBC reader. EBC, Eastern Book Company, is one of the oldest law information provider in the country. We have started working in from 1942 onwards, and the company has remained only in the law information domain. They have not gone out of it, and they want to maintain that only. Okay. A lot of credits to the company with respect to the doing first. Like first book on Constitution by Indian writer was published by EBC only in 1950. The V.N. Shukla Constitution. You will be, that is your textbook, and I think you will be reading that book. SCC Online, the first legal
Hello,
database.
excuse me, sir.
Yeah, please go ahead.
Hello, excuse me, sir.
Yeah, go ahead.
Hello.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Sorry for interruption, sir.
Yeah.
Yeah, yes, sir. Sorry for interruption, sir. Actually, my EBC account is not created, sir. Activated.
No issues. We will work on that. Don't worry. We will tell you what is to be done.
I have.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir.
You can send an email to me. Hello.
Okay. So the first legal database as a case finder was started by the company in 1995. Company publishes SCC, Supreme Court cases. That's a judgment of the Supreme Court, right? In 1995, we started a platform to search the where the particular judgment lies, right? That was started in 1995, and over the years that platform has become into what we call it as SCC Online today, which is giving all Supreme Court and High Court judgments, right? Okay. So that was about the SCC Online, Supreme Court cases, and about the EBC, right? Now, coming to EBC Reader, somewhere in 2015-16 onward, we started working on this platform. Initially, we thought that we will come out with a platform which will have only ebooks, right? But then we realized that the ebook is not a solution, because in the law domain, books change very fast. And so we need to have something which is slightly more long lasting. And that's why we have come with the solution, which is called, we say, EBC Reader, the e-library. Why we say e-library? Because it is a plethora of books, and you will be able to see those things, right? Okay. So as I told you, you will use the EBC Reader from the IP to college, to the university IP portal. From there, you will click on EBC Reader. You will come on this page, right? Here you need to add your mail ID as your user ID and the password, right? Okay. Now, what has happened is that Sir has sent us the mail, and we have created the account for most of you. Some of you who have recently joined the university, those mail ID may not have reached us. So you can request sir, send a mail to library, and sir will send a mail to us, and we will create your account, right? Now, all the students, those who have got the account made, they must have received a mail from us, right? That is a activation mail. Now, with that mail, it gives you how to activate your account, how to create your password, and also if you want to change password, how to go about doing it, right? So if some of you who have not received your mail, please check your spam box. It may be lying in the spam box. Okay. But if you still have not received, then you can send a mail to the library, and Arun sir will send it to us, and we will create your account. Okay. Is it clear till now? Anybody having any doubt?
Sir, there is a mail from EBC, but it's an invite to log in and activate your account. So that is not the mail, right?
No, the EBC reader, if you have received one mail, that is the account creation mail. Basically, if the account has been created, that mail guides you to create a password.
Okay, but the mail that I'm seeing right now, it says that you have received this email inviting you to log in and activate your account.
Correct. So that is what you need to log in and activate your account and create your own password. So your account has been made.
Your
Okay.
username will be your official ID and password will be EBC@2020 as mentioned in the mail. That is sent
Yes, sir,
to
but then
your
it doesn't let me. It says that the password or the email is incorrect.
So
Yes,
have you
sir,
created a
you
password?
tried it. Excuse me, sir. Sir, I just tried it, and if I copy the password from the mail and put it in the password like entry box, then it's opening. Otherwise, if I type it myself, it's not.
Okay, so that's a good learning for me also. So you can do that, and once you have logged in, then I request here there is an option to change password on this page itself. Like you can see, hello Salesian, that is my name. There is an option called change password. You all can change your password. It's very important to change your password. I'm telling you because as you go along, you will realize that. Okay, right? Is it clear? Should we go ahead? Okay, fine. Right. So once we have logged in into this EBC Reader portal, then this is the page we will come to. We say this page is the library page, right? And here on right hand side, you can see a scroll bar, which will show you the books which is on the platform. We have got around 700 books, stroke, bare stroke, commentary, stroke, manuals on the platform, right? A total is 700, right? Now here we also have given you a drop-down menu. If you click onto this, you can select either the My Library or only the books. Now you are seeing only the books, right? Now on the platform, we have got more than 400 books. Okay. Also, if we publish any new book, that will also be added onto the platform. If there's a change in the rule or the law, then we will do the amendment in the book or the Bare Act, and we will be uploading it here. So whatever you will get or you is available on the platform will be up to date. Right? From books, we will go to the Bare Acts. Now you can see the Bare Acts here. We have got more than 280 Bare Acts onto the platform, and just a minute. Okay, so you can see all the Bare Acts here, and I will also like to mention that these Bare Acts we update every year somewhere on 1st January. Otherwise, if there's a change in the act, we will do the changes and upload the updated version. And also, if there's a new act which is passed by the parliament, that will also be added onto the platform. Right? Right hand side again, there's a scroll bar which will help you to go to a particular this thing. I will also like to mention that when you see I told you that 280 by volume, but the number of act which is covered is much more. Now here you can see I have opened one of the Bare Act. On the first page itself, it will give you which all act and the rules it covers, like aircraft rules, aircraft public health rules, aircraft change of dangerous good rules, so and so. So that is the way the platform works, right? Okay. After the Bare Acts, there is another section called Magazine and Journal. Now we publish one magazine called Practical Lawyer Magazine. So I'll just show it to you. Every month a new edition comes, so you can see it here from 2021 to September. So this is the latest edition, and all the old edition is also available here. Okay, we have been publishing the e-copy from 2016 onward. So all the back volume from 2016 onward is available onto the platform. Okay, I'll close this. Also, we publish some 18 NLUs, National Law Universities, Stroke Law Universities journals. Now, those journals you can see it here, right? Let's say you are open, you want to read this consumer law and practice. Just click onto this, and you will get the all the old all the journals of that this thing. Basically, International Journal on Consumer Law, there are three volumes, and you can see all the 3 volumes here. Okay. Right. Now we will go back to my library. Now what I'll do also, I will like to mention there's a search bar here. Now this search bar will help you to find the book which you are looking for. Let's say if I'm looking for a book on arbitration, I type arbitration and all books related to arbitration, you can see it here. Okay. Similarly, let's say you are looking books on environment, right? And once you type that, you can see all the books related to environment. Okay. Similarly, if you want to search by the name of the author, you can do that. Just type the name of the author. Right? I have typed Avtar Singh, and you can see all books written by Dr. Avtar Singh is here. I'll also like to mention that Dr. Avtar Singh has written books, which are most of these books are used as a textbook in the universities. Okay. Right. Now, what I'll do is I will open one of the book and I will show you all the features of the platform, right? So I'm opening this book called Evidence Act. Okay, so here is the Evidence Act. I'll just close these windows. Okay, now as soon as the book opens, on the left hand side, you will see some of the keys which I will explain, and also on the top, right? Now on the first key on the left is called as the table of content, right? Now, table of content is nothing but your index in the hardbound, right? Okay, so you can see the complete index here. This is the scroll bar which will help you to go to any particular chapter. In addition to this, we have also given you an option of searching some word in this table of content. Let's say I'm looking for a word called dowry. Now, as soon as I type that, the dowry word, wherever it has appeared in the table of content, it is showing it to us. Okay, so this is the way we will use the table of content. Now the next is the search window. Now this search is to find something in this book, right? Now and you can search a word or a phrase or a section. Now let's say I'm searching for section 113B. Now you can see it is giving me 7 results, right? This is in the content and these are in the various chapters, right? Now, wherever once you have searched and you're getting this, you can read the text and decide where you want to go to. Let's say I want to go to this production and effect of evidence, presumption under section 113. I click on the highlighted portion and the platform will take me to that relevant section. Now you can see it here, section 113B, right? So this is the way we will be using this option called as the search option. Okay. Right. Now, the next is called as the annotation. Now, before we discuss on the annotation, I will like to discuss the keys which have been given on the top. Now, you all will appreciate that when we read a book, we all have a tendency to highlight something or underline something, whatever we find important, right? So the same feature has been given here. This is a highlighter. This is underlining in blue color. We say underlining by pen. This is underlining in black color, so we say underlining by pencil. So let's see one by one. So I'm selecting this highlighter, and let's say I want to highlight the first paragraph. I select the text and you can see it has got highlighted in yellow color, right? Now coming next is the underlining by pen. Now let's say I want to underline the next 2 paragraphs. I select the text with the help of mouse and you can see that this has got underlined in blue color. So we say underlining. Coming next is underlining in black color. Similar fashion, I have selected the pencil here, selecting the text here, and you can see that it has got underline in the black color. So we have got highlighter, which is in blue color, underlining by pen and underlining by pencil. Now coming next is the notes. Now presently I'm just showing it to you how to make notes. The notes feature I will be talking in detail, right? So I've selected the note feature here, and I'm selecting the text which I want to make notes. Now this is a pop-up which will come. You need to select that, and as soon as you select, you can see that the text has got underlined in the dotted lines. That means the notes have been made. Okay, and the next one is the eraser. Now all this work which you're doing is automatically getting saved in your account. You need not save it separately, right? But if you need to erase this, then you have to use the eraser, and by single click onto the text which has been either highlighted or underlined or notes have been made, can be removed, right? Can you see it here? By one click. Okay, right. Now coming back to the annotation. So annotation is one place where all this work which you have made will be shown to you. Okay. Now I will show it to you. So this is the annotation. I'm selecting it here. Now it has got enlarged. Now you can see this is the plain circle which denotes that it is a this is a notes, right? The second one is also a note. Now the third one is circle with black color, and so it's a underlining by pencil. The next one is highlighted portion, which is highlighted in yellow color, right? And it denotes by yellow circle. And the next is blue circle, which denotes the underlining by pen, right? So this is the way it is. Let's say I want to. When I will come straight first to the annotation in a particular book, see whatever work I have done, and once I decide that I want to read this particular highlighted portion, I click it here, and the platform will take me to that highlighted portion, right? Is it clear? Okay. Anybody having doubt, please raise. No. Right. Now coming to the next key. This is a basic feature of any e-platform where we have an option to increase the size of the font or decrease the size of the font, right? Also, we have a background color option. The day is white, the night is black, so it looks like this, and off-white is the sepia mode, right? In addition to this, when we are reading a book, presently we are seeing as the book opens, means both sides of the book, we also have a single column option, which will look like this. Single option is generally used by the people who want to read in a bigger text, so they use it. Okay, so we remain in the double column, right? Now, I will also like to mention that if you remember, I told you that SCC Online, which is only about the judgment, is also the part of this company. The company has released that SCC Online, right? So when you're reading the book, right, or the Barak, and you see the citation number, right? In this case, SL Goswami versus State of MP, and this is the citation number given. And if you want to read this judgment, this case, so what you can do is you can just click onto the judgment number, and the platform will take you to the SCC Online. Here you need to enter the login details and the password, and you can sign in. Please note that SCC Online login details, you need to take it from the Arun sir, and that should be available with you so that you can use it for seeing the judgment. Right now, here you can see you're getting the complete judgment. Okay, dear Dr. SL Goswami versus State of MP. Okay, right. I will also like to mention that it is not that only one judgment can be seen. If you want to read multiple judgment, let's say I want to open this judgment also, I can open it. Basically, it gives you an option to open multiple judgment, right? Okay, Universe Textile Limited versus Commissioner of Central Excise Raipur. Okay, now we'll go to the next feature, which is called as the notes feature. Now, when I click on this N, now you can see the book and the notebook. So what we have done on the platform is that for every book, means there are around 700 books. So for every book, there is a notebook. And the notebook is of the same name as the book, right? Now, we were working on the Evidence Act 1872. This is the notebook with the same name as Evidence Act 1872. So when you make notes, right, through this feature, the notes will come in this particular notebook, right? And you can see the complete notebook here. The last notes which is made will come here at the bottom. Okay. Now what I'll do is I will switch to only notes view, means the book view will go. Okay. Okay. Now this is the notebook, Evidence Act 1872. Now this notebook is completely editable. If I can add something or I can delete something, right? Now adding, if I want to do, I can do that. So I have typed training session to HPNLU students, right? And it will give you the complete notes. Okay. You can see it here. And here is what we have typed, right? Now, in addition to this being editable, you can also send your notes or share your notes with some of your colleagues. So there's a mail option here. You click onto this, the mail window will open. Here you need to add the mail ID of the person whom you want to send the mail, and you can send the mail from here. However, I will also like to mention that the notes are editable here also. Okay. Whatever I type, I can do it. But when you're doing the other, let's say, changes in the notes here, the main notebook doesn't change. Okay. So I'm closing this notes. Now the sharing option, mail option. Now there is also an option where you can take a printout. Right. You can see the complete notebook here. Right. You can see the print option here. You can add a printer and you can take a print. Or if you want cancel print option, you can do that also. Right.
So,
Yes, ma'am.
this has been going on in my mind. So I would like to say this is so cool. I have never seen something like this before. This is very cool.
Good. Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now there's another option called copy note function. Now this copy note function is basically whatever notes you have made, right? And you want to keep it in your hard disk. So what you can do is you can click on this option. This window will open. You need to click onto this OK, right? Now you can open a Word file on your desktop and you can paste it there. Right. The benefit of this is that presently this feature is available to you through HPNLU. Right. Now, let's say once you pass out from the university, you may not have this option. So, and you still want to keep your notebook, because we all do that. You can copy it in, open a Word document in your desktop and you can paste it there. Okay, I'm not showing it to you basically because there's an interruption of screen, but it is very, very simple. You have to just open a Word document and paste it there. Right? Is it clear? Okay. Now coming to the rest of the notes feature, as I told you that we have got more than 700 notebook on the platform. That's why I want to show it to you. Now here there was an option where I've selected the book. So book is basically notebook with respect to the book. Okay. With the scroll bar, you can see how many notebook we have. Okay. And notebook will be arranged based on the last books which you have read, right? Now, Evidence Act we were working on. Before that, we have opened the Aircraft Act. So it is arranged in the manner of the last opened book. Now, from the book, we will go to all. Okay. Now, I will also like to mention that you can create your own notebook, right? Now, why it is required? Now, let's say if you're working on some project, you are working on some case, you can open a new notebook from here. This first one, add new note, click onto this. The new note has been created. double click on this Note 6. And here now you can change the name of the notebook. Let's say I'm changing it to HPNLU. Right? Now you can see the notebook name has been changed. On now, let's say if I want to work on this, I can just click onto this and the notebook will open for me. Right? Can you see it here? Fine. Now, if you remember, I told you that when you open a book and you make notes from that book, the notes will go into the notebook with the same name as book, right? However, we have given you an option called pinning the notebook. So if I pin this notebook or any notebook which is pinned, whether it's a book notebook or notebook created by you, then all the notes will come in this notebook, right? I'll show it to you. So this is very important. You need to pin it, right? So I'm going back to the library. Okay, right. So I will open this book, Administrative Law, and open this Uttar Pradesh. No, okay. Let's open this Competition Law, right? So I've opened two books. Now I'm using the table of content to go randomly to any of the chapter. Right? Now, let's say I want to make notes of the first paragraph. I select this copy to note function. I select the text. This pop-up comes. I select this, right? Now you can see that it has got underlined in the dotted lines, means the notes have been made, right? So I will open the next book, this Competition Law. Again, I'm using the table of content to go to any chapter. Now I'm selecting this copy to note option, making, let's say I want to make notes of the first paragraph. I select that, I select copy to note, and you can see the notes have been made, because as soon as it got underlined by the dotted line, means the notes have been made, right? Now what I'll do is I'll go to the notes, right? I'm switching the note view. Now you can see it here. This is the notebook which we have pinned, right? HPNLU. And the first note is from IP Messi Administrative Law. And the next is from Avtar Singh Competition Law, right? Can you see it? Is it clear? This notes feature?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, fine. So if it is clear, then we will go to the next feature, which is called as the search option, right? Now, please note that before you leave this particular notebook, you will unpin it. Why I'm saying this is, otherwise what will happen, if you go to certain book again and make notes, notes will come in this notebook only because this is still being pinned, right? So you need to unpin it. Okay. Now I'm going to this option called search option, right? Which you see it on your My Library page. I'm clicking onto this. As soon as I click, this is the window which will open. Okay. Now, if you remember, we have done 3 searches till now. The first search was to find a book. Second was to find something in our table of content. And third was to find something in a particular book, right? Now, this feature, this search feature is to find something in the complete data bank, means all 700 books, right? From here, you can find a word or a phrase or a section, right? So I'm taking a very simple phrase called ultra-vires, right? And I'm doing the search. Now here you can see that I'm getting 1700 results, right? Now this is the first book. Wherever in this book ultra-vires has come, it is showing it to me, right? And next option is administrative law. You can see it here. And so on and so forth, right? And whatever the search option it is showing, beyond that also it is showing it to me that there are 6 more results, right? So this is the way you will be using this option called as the advanced search, right? Now you have got so many results. Now you need to refine your search. For refining your search, we have given you 4 filters here, right? The first filter, just a minute. Start. When you finish, you can start. Okay. So you come down here. Right. So the first filter is whether to do the search from the book or the annotation. Annotation, if you remember, is your underlining or highlighted words, right? And the notes is the notes which you have made, right? You can select either of these or multiple of these. Okay. So I'm keeping all of them at the moment. Now the next is category of book, which is whether you want to do the search in all or only the books or only the bare acts, right? The third is whether you want to do the search in the complete book or only in the table of content, right? Now, if you do the search in only the table of content, means you are doing the search in the index of all the books, right? So let's do the search here. Now you can see our search has got refined and we have got from 1700 result to 19 results, right? Now it's much easier for us to go through the text of these 19 results and decide what I want to read, right? Now in the first one, you can see that it is a company law book by Avtar Singh, and there are 2 chapters, ultra vires and ultra vires, right? So let's go to this. Right now in this content page, you can notice that there are 2 options: doctrine of ultravire and consequences of ultravire transaction. Means there are 2 chapters on ultravires in this book, right? Now if I want to read this doctrine of ultravire, this chapter, I click it here and it will take me to the relevant page. You can see it here, doctrines of ultravires, right? So this is the way we will get we will read use this option. Now coming next is the search this set. Now what we have done on the platform is that certain books have been clubbed as a set, right? And this is a drop down menu. When you click onto it, you can see that it is giving me various options. Now all these have been made as a set, right? Now the Code of Civil Procedure, if you see this book, this is a book where we have 6 volumes. This book is in 6 volumes. So if you select this, then it will do the search only in the 6 volume. Okay. Now similarly, this EBC dictionary collection, in this dictionary collection, we have 4 books, right? Now if we want to do the search here, let's do the search. It will do the search only in these 4 volumes, right? And it is giving me 65 results. This is the first book, Supreme Court Doctrine and Maxim, Law Lexio, Thus Spake the Lordship, and Supreme Court Words and Phrases, right? So this is the way we will be using this option called as the search this set. Right. Now, in addition to these 4 filters, we have given you 4 modes of searching, right? Now, I will change the phrase. So I've taken a phrase called FIR is not a substantive evidence, right? Now in this phrase, there are 3 keywords: FIR, substantive, and evidence, right? Now the first option is all nearby, and this up to 10 word is a drop down menu, right? All nearby basically means between the 2 keywords. What is this up to 10 words? Means if these keywords, if there are less than 10 words, yeah, up to 10 words, then it will give me a result. This is a drop down menu where you can see from up to 2 words to up to 50 words. So let's remain in up to 10 words and do the search. Here you can see I'm getting 44 results. Now between 2 keywords, you can see that there are 2 words. Here between 2 keywords, you can see there are 8 to 10 words, and so on and so forth, right? Now here, let's see if I want to refine my search. If I select up to 2 words and I do the search, then my search will get refined, and I will have, between the 2 keywords, either 2 or less than 2 words, right? Here you can see substantive piece of evidence, right? and you can see it like that, right? So basically what it means is that you have an option where you can refine your search. We have also given you an option called exact phrase. Means if the phrase is as it is, right? Now you can see you are getting only one result. FIR is not a substantive evidence in this book of VP Saathi's Laws of Evidence. Okay. Now coming next is the any word. Any word is basically, when we are not, it is for the synonym words and we are not sure which word may have been used by the writer. Very simple example. Let's say we are working on some land dispute case. So land is one word. Land can also be a property dispute or it can be a real estate dispute. And real estate is two words. I want to treat it as a one word. So I put it under parenthesis and I'm doing the search. Now here you can see that I'm getting 17,000 result. I am getting the result in the annotation, in notes and in the books, right? And you can see that because it is all random words, matlab not a phrase, so it is giving me property, real estate. No, it's not a complete phrase it is giving it to me, but all the words are being highlighted, right? So this is the way we will be using this option called any word. Coming to the wildcard is basically when we're not sure about the spelling, right? Then we use this. Let's say, take the example of women, WOMAN, but if it is a plural, then it is WOMEN, right? But if we are not sure whether it is AN or EN, then what I can do is I can put a question mark and I can do the search. And you can see that I'm getting 5872 results and I'm getting both WOMAN and WOMEN, right? So this is the way we will be using this option called as the wildcard option, right? So now I will go back to the My Library page. I've tried to cover all the features of the platform. Now, if you have, any one of you have any doubts, please do ask.
So if I may.
Yeah.
So since we have like multiple notes, as we can make multiple notes, multiple books, right? So if you want to copy a particular line or a particular paragraph into a particular notebook, how do we do that, sir?
What we need to do is that, as I told you, let's say if you're working on let's say you are working on administrative law, right? And you're making notes from that particular book, right? Just a minute. I'm going back to the same example, Evidence Act, right? Right. Now, when you're making notes from here, right, how will you do it? You will use this icon, copy to note. You select this, you make notes here, select this copy to notes, right? The notes has gone in your notebook here with the same name as book. Okay. Right. Now here you can see it in the end that this is the notes which we have made. Okay. So basically from the book, you will make notes. It will go in the same name as the book, right? However, if you pin the notebook, then you will have an option. Let's say I pin this notebook. I am opening this notebook. I pin it, then the notes will come in this particular notebook. Is it clear?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. Any other question?
Sir, is there an option to download the PDF of any of these books?
No, you cannot download the book in the PDF format, right? That is basically because if you download the book, then there's a copyright issue. Okay, so you cannot do that. What you can do is you can make notes, and notes can be used for whatever work you are looking for. However, from a particular book, from every book you can copy only 15% of the notes can be made, 15% of the book. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Okay, what I'm also doing is I'm writing in the chat box, the support details. If any one of you have any issue, then you can call on these numbers. They are the backend numbers. They will help you, right? I've written two numbers, 1800 4 times 6 and 0522 403 3601. Any other question?
Excuse me, sir.
Yes, ma'am.
So could you just quickly sum up the print feature again?
Okay, so what print? See, the print option is available only in the notes feature, right? So let's say if you want to take a printout of the particular section of the book, then what you need to do is from the book you make notes, right? Okay, of that particular section which you want to take a printout. Right? Once you have made the notes, this is the notebook. You have a print option here. You just need to click it here. The complete notes will be visual. You can decide on that what you want to print, add a printer, and you can take a print here. Okay, the printer needs to be connected to Wi-Fi. That's it.
Right, sir. Got it. Thank you.